Everybody, welcome to the FIBA 3x3 Women's Series Guba Stop 2024, live here from Quba, Azerbaijan. It is officially the knockout day, and we're getting right underway with our first quarterfinal game. It'll be Czechia taking on the China U24 team. Czechia ended up finishing their pool in Pool B 2-1. That was good enough for the second place spot. Meanwhile, for China U24, they ended up going 1-2. They were the third place team in Pool A, so that's how this matchup ended up coming about. But we saw some bright spots coming out here from both teams. Running through the lineups for you, Czechia has Petra Malikova, Karolina Sotolova, Azbeta Levinska, and Anna Rydlichova. And then for China U24, it is Yaling Huang, Najhu Yuting Deng, and Wenxia Li. There for the China U24. I'm Dirk. I'm going to be taking you through all the broadcasts today. And a few hours of games that are going to be coming up, and it's sure to be a good time. The crowd is packed out there in Guba, Azerbaijan, as we are just moments away from getting our official team intros to meet the entire roster and also the referees that'll be in place here for this game. It's sure to be a good one. We get to crown ourselves another champion here within the next few hours. And there could be a potential repeat champion, or we could get some way for a new champion. We have Czechia, China U24, the Netherlands, the Philippines, Australia, and the team for Germany, the Düsseldorf Zeus. They will be playing. They jumped into the semifinals along with Australia going undefeated, and Düsseldorf Zeus doing a little bit of the same there as well. As here you can see, the player introductions are underway, so let's head down to the court. There you have the roster for both sides. We'll get the captains out there for the coin flip. If you are just tuning in, maybe for the first time here at the Guba Stop, you should be in here for a treat with the two-point shooting coming out from Yuting Deng. Really stole the show for China U24. Ahib Chadjiding and Vladimir Veskovich, the referees in place here for our first quarterfinal game. Final discussions we'll go through. We'll see if China can try to bounce back. Yesterday, they ended their pool losing to the Netherlands 18-11. But no shame in that. The Netherlands, one of the top teams that we have in here, along obviously with Australia. It was a very tough group. But the Baku Flames going 0-3 set things up for China to see the knockout rounds here today. Of course, we will see Australia coming up in probably about an hour. One of our teams that'll be going to the FIBA 3x3 Olympic Games out there in France at the end of this month. And we will also be taking a little bit of a break here for the Women's Series too. The next time you'll see us will be in August 17th through the 18th in Saskatchewan, Canada, as we are officially underway here. First quarterfinal matchup, China U24 starting off with the ball, and Deng immediately going to the drop step there in the post. Can't get the first attempt to go, but we'll get the second chance opportunity. That one doesn't go. So an 0-2 start for the superstar Yuting Deng for China U24. As Sotolova will try to get things going here for Czechia, and it'll be a turnover. Trying to get the entry pass in there to the number 7, Petra Malikova. A lot of experience in terms of games played, but the accolades go in favor of one person. And that is from Czechia. That is Azbeta Levinska, silver medalist back in the FIBA 3x3 Under-18 World Cup in 2017, a long time ago. As Rydlichova gets stopped there. Now they get the pass in towards the paint. Malikova not able to get that one to go. So a few misses coming out here early from both sides. We'll see who's able to break this deadlock first. As Lee, nice spin there in towards the paint. Gets the first layup to go there on her first attempt. Johnny U24 with the early lead. Ralichova puts that one up. We'll fight for our own rebound. The foul will be called, and that more likely will go over to Wenxia Li. As she will sub out of the game, in comes Yaling Huang for this U24 Chinese team. Hold there at the elbow. A little shuffle of the feet coming out there from Levinska as she misses. Relying on her for a lot of the experience as Ralichova gets a steal. They go right back down to Levinska. Levinska, the nice spin in towards the paint. And the fall away shot ends up going. Czechia officially have their first points here at the game. Dang, dribble drive, explosive. Going all the way from the three-point line into the paint. One of the best dual threats that we have left in this competition. As I say that, Elzbieta Levinska, only one with a medal here on this team, gets the and one to go. Big time traffic coming out there, big time contact. And a chance here for the 2-point play for Czechia's number 12. Had some bright moments yesterday here for Czechia as well. And we'll see if this can give them their first lead of the game. And she sinks it. Ball will be in the hands of Huang, working out here on the left side of the floor. Screen is set there by Lee. Will end up popping out with it. Great defense, though, coming out here from Czechia. The shot will go up, and that'll be an air ball. The clamps were put on there by Petra Malikova. Trying to do everything possible to spin out. Really, for China U24, the most success that we've seen when it comes to those dribble drives, trying to cook up, trying to sauce up, has been from Yuting Dang. She has such a quick first step going towards the basket, able to blow by her opponent more chances than not. As, speaking of trying to blow by her opponent, Sokolova does get the miss there. Shu will get it over to Lee. Lee now get over to Huang. Huang is going to get that ball bumped around. That'll be Levinska playing some great defense. Lee will step back there for the two. That's no good. And it will be Malikova hitting the floor as they help each other up there, trying to scrap and fight for that rebound. Dang comes back into the game for China U24. These are all best of one. There's no double elimination in this competition. As Dang gets the ball fed into the post, goes with the drop step move, up with two hands. Another miss from Dang. Now 0 for 3. Can she make it 1 for 4? No, 0 for 4 now. Not the ideal start. Coming out here from Yuting Dang of China U24. We rely on her for so much of the offensive load. Whether it's isolation, whether it's pick and roll, you name it. She has been the complete package on the offensive end. But we'll see if Czechia can try to extend this lead here. Levinska in towards the paint. She'll be stopped. It'll be Malikova coming out with the ball. They'll feed her straight back down to Levinska. And great defense being played there. Well, I thought it was. Let's see where this went. I saw the ref pointing, and it is going to be some free throws there too. So what looked like it might have been some good hands-up defense. The ref thought otherwise. Elzbieta Levinska here for Czechia with another free throw. 2 for 2 here on the day. That ball will bounce almost all the way out to the three-point line for China U24. Yuting Dang trying to get it going. This would be a way to do it. With a shot for about 3 feet from behind the line. Dang will now move to 0 for 5. All about just getting that first basket to go. Screen set going left. Dang on an island here. Trying to work out. Nice spin move. Nice step through. Another missed layup though. Can they go up the second time? She can. But she will be fouled there on that second attempt. At this point, just need to see anything go in the basket. As a timeout was called, it'll be a free throw for Dang coming back up on the other side. That'll be for her first points of the game. You can see that first layup looked like a gimme. The second one, though, it was Levinska for Czechia down in the paint trying to get the contest on the shot. You can see some players already looking tired and fatigued. Some good weather out there in Quba. According to what I was looking up, around 23 degrees Celsius, around 76 degrees Fahrenheit. For anybody watching in the United States, good morning, good afternoon to everybody tuning in. Dang at the stripe, gets the free throw to go. As weird as it says, maybe that free throw can start to get Dang going here in this one as Malikova tries to put the speed on. Nice pass in towards the paint. But unfortunately, there was a whistle beforehand. So the play will be brought right back up if things will flip over to China U24. Czechia. The turnover force there. Huang will end up wrapping through. They go to Dang down in towards the post, getting into the restricted area. Two players come over. So despite some hands-up defense, they're still able to draw the attention of Levinska. Dang has been showing you when she gets the ball down here, she has the intention of scoring, not passing it. And the Czechia player is quick to it with the double team. And this can tie up the game. 6:43 still left in this one. As Dang, 2 for 2 from the stripe. There comes a shot from the corner. Rylichova. Now would have been for 2, her first one of the game. As they go back down to Dang. Rylichova, the one in the play here for Czechia. Dang with a push-off. Dang with the fade. And that one. Not sure if it was blocked or if there was a foul there on the shot. And it is going to be a foul on the shot. So, Dang living and breathing here at the free throw line so far for China U24. Honestly, you'll take it any way that you can get it. This would be for Dang's third points of the game, all from the free throw line. And that one hits everywhere in the rim, does end up falling out. And here comes Czechia. Soltylova will get the ball into Levinska. Levinska drifting away. What a shot. Coming out there from Levinska. And here comes Dang from the right side corner. Another miss, though, from behind the arc here for China. Soltylova, she thought about the 2. And that one is a long rebound. It will go out. It was Anna Rylichova trying to chase it there for Czechia. Couldn't get there in time, though. Dang will take a break. Wang, Zhu, and Li out there for China right now. Huang has it. Screen will be set by Li. Trying to work around this one, and it's an errant pass. Going to be slapped away by Czechia. And nice feed into there. Rylichova gets the layup to go. As Czechia extend their lead to 2. Li trying to connect on the screen, but the defense is so good right now for Czechia. Every way, you name it. Excellent communication coming out here on this pick and roll defense. Not able to find an angle on the drives. They have the pop and the slip covered every single time. And it will be a fresh shot clock here for China U24. Huang with the ball. We'll get it over to Zhu, and Zhu misses the layup. Levinska will get the ball out to Soltylova. Soltylova will take the 2, and that one's no good there either. This time clanks off hard at the backside of the rim. You're seeing a scrappy battle that is all being done on the interior. Nobody having any luck of the draw yet with the jump shooting. We'll see which team will be the one to try to break that open. Li will feed it to Dang right here at the free throw line. The spin jumper, no good there for Dang. And the rebound will come out there. Rylichova will get the ball right back. Tries to go one-on-one there with Dang. The reverse high off the glass. Ends up falling right into the lap of China U24. Wenxi Li will get it over to Huang. Back down to Dang. Dang trying to get something going here and cannot still. Every attempt in the post has not gone Dang's way. Credit to the Czechia defense as this one will be knocked away. It will be a kick ball, though. Wenxi Li, we the one whistled for that. And there you can see it. Quick right foot out, trying to cover that slip. Not giving up anything easy. As we approach 4:40 left there on the game clock. Low-scoring affair as there will be a bump. And will the shot count? No, it will be whistled there on the floor. And that would have been a backbreaker for China U24 if that would have been another and one sequence there as Rylichova drew the contact. There's not as much continuation as maybe you see the normal side of basketball in the 5v5 world. As Czechia do lead by 3. Here comes a step back shot here for Sotolova. Finally, we see our first 2 of the game go. The net is stuck. That's how you know it was money. Nice spin move coming out there from China. But almost rushing things there is Levinska. So want to get the stop. Right back the other way. They feed Levinska, try to reward her. She does get the layup to go. But there was a foul that was called. And possession will flip. That'll be Czechia's 5th foul here of this quarterfinal game. Four-point deficit for China U24 to try to overcome. Lee will get it over to Dang. Dang thought about the way deep shot. Now tries to get the entry pass in there. Will be slapped out of bounds by Petra Malikova. So China U24 will get it back. But there you can see under the basket, that shot clock only at 1.7. Dang is going to have to fire something here straight away. Dang with one quick dribble. Doesn't take the shot. Instead gets a lot of space there on the inside. We had mentioned that quick burst of speed that she has when it comes out to finishing there. Another 2 will be launched. This time by Malikova from Czechia. And China U24 to get it. Dang from way downtown. So short, just hit the bottom of the net. Almost stayed in bounds. Yuting Dang was lighting up the floor yesterday. Dazzling display of shooting. In the first game that they played against Australia, Dang hit 5 twos in that game. And they were rattled off one by one by one. As here you can see some of the work that Czechia has been putting in. Levinska with a nice little fall away jumper going down there and towards the paint. But just been able to catch China U24. A little bit of sleep of the wheel, if you will. But trying to get some of these slips and backdoors in. And that was the first 2 that we saw from the game coming out there from Sotolova. You see the crafty move coming out there from Dang. And that's what led to the open lay-in. Dang will be the one to stay on the bench there. As China U24 try to fight to get some more consistent offense coming around. Sotolova will have it. They try to go for the post-up. This is Rylichova here at the free throw line. Tries to get the drop step through. And can't get that to go. As 2 players collide here. It was Huang getting tangled up there with the Czechia player. And it is going to be whistled against China U24. So fouls all even at 5 apiece. Quick hands coming out there for China U24. But you got to let them actually get the ball set up, not just as soon as it touches their hands. And there you have it. Finally, they get the clean inbounds. Down on the inside. Dang's able to knock that one back out. That'll go to Malikova back there on the inside. Rylichova does miss it. Dang just breathing right down the neck. Able to force the miss. Huang down to Dang. Can Dang get it going with just 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock? Not this time. Does get her own rebound. Fighting with 3 Czechia players and gets that one to go. Out-muscling 3 Czechia players down there and towards the paint was Dang. Here comes Sotolova. Another 2. Lines it up. Can't knock it down. Rebound goes to Rylichova. Nice second attempt there. Coming out from Czechia. As they just keep on pushing this lead. Huang from way downtown. And that'll clank hard off the back of the rim. There was a foul, though, that was called. That's going to be whistled on Czechia. Just 1 foul away from putting China U24 into the bonus. Something to keep an eye on. We'll see if maybe they get a little bit more aggressive here and trying to force them into a foul. Lee thought about the 2, trying to step it back. Great defense by Malikova. Nice couple step throughs, trying to shake him off. And pretty footwork coming out there from Lee. Czechia tries to respond right away. It's Levinska getting a bucket of her own down to the paint. Three-point game. Thought about the step back. They take the shot. It's going to be blocked. Did go off of the foot. And it will end up coming here to Czechia. 2:20 to go. An intense first game here in Guba. Malikova taking her time. Tries to get the speed she so desires and gets it to go there over Shu. was just glued to her hip. Nice entry pass, though, coming in there from Deng. That finds Lee on the inside. Back to 3 points. Rajlichova tries to blow by Deng and does. There was still an outstretched hand there from Deng on Rajlichova. And the entry pass goes astray. Czechia will get the ball. And all signs are pointing for Czechia potentially getting this first win here in this one. He's still 149. Anything can happen, especially with those 12-second shot clocks. Maybe the free throws could be the thing to play a factor. See if China U24 starts to get a little bit more crafty on some of these passes to try to force them into a foul. Whoever wins this will be taking on Australia. Team that'll be heading to the FIBA 3x3 Olympic Games just about a week from now, where they will be chasing a gold medal. Saw the play of the tournament coming from Alex Wilson yesterday, the game winner against the Netherlands. A rich history between both of those nations. If we do have to see that matchup again, it is going to have to come in the finals, because the Netherlands and the Philippines, whoever wins that, will play the Düsseldorf Zoos on the other side of the knockout. It'll be rewarding nonetheless, no matter who you have to go through. It is worth noting, too, the Düsseldorf Zoos only have 3 players on the roster here. You're allowed 4, but they get no substitutions. Deng with Rajlichova in her sightlines, trying to get the blow by. The nice spin move, the right-handed lay. Floats on the rim there for a moment. Deng probably held her breath there on that one, especially with how some of the layups have been going throughout the course of the game. And here comes the body work on the inside. Levinska not getting anything she wants when she gets into that dead zone. Huang with the crossover, going on the inside, goes up with the right hand, trying to go opposite with it. Czechia still holding on strong here. They've been in the driver's seat the entire time. Another layup. This time a miss, though, for Czechia. That was Malikova trying to get aggressive there. Good feed there on the inside. Lee can't get it to go. Lee will try to go up another second time, and that time's a miss as well. Just hard off the glass. And Czechia can almost taste this one. Levinska falling away is going to be fouled there. That'll go on Deng. Honestly, just this one free throw will more than likely put things away. And Czechia will be advancing forward. They will move to 3-1 overall in the tournament. They finished their pool play in Pool B, 2-1. Another timeout will be called here. But all the work basically just being done on the inside, honestly, from both teams. Other than that Sotolova 2 that we saw, probably about a little bit before the midway point in this game. That has been the only 2. Other than that, it's been Levinska showing you off some pretty work there on the inside. And the free throw is no good, so it will pop out, and they end up getting their own rebound there. Levinska there on the inside. She has been living and breathing with those layups. And now China U24 got to start to get desperate here. And it was Deng putting up another 2. Uncharacteristic shooting performance there from Yuting Deng. Something we didn't even have to have a conversation about yesterday. Every single time she was lining up a shot, she was more than likely knocking it down. But not the case here in the knockouts. As Czechia still trying to add on to this lead. As they can't get that one to go, Huang will put up a 2. And she almost chases down her own rebound. And the shot clock is off. The game clock will end up winding down as Rajlichova takes the midi jumper. Czechia will be the first one to strike here in the knockout stages. As they eliminate China U24, they will move on forward to where they'll play probably the toughest competition that we have in this Guba stop. They will be facing Australia. That one will be coming up at the top of the hour. But now we can start to shift focus over to our second knockout game. That'll be the Netherlands taking on the Philippines. As you can see, some of the work that was being put in here. The Lavinska show there on the inside. We had highlighted her, the only one on the team with a medal, but you have to go all the way back to 2017, the under-18 FIBA 3x3 World Cup, where she got the silver medal with Czechia. Trying to add on to that here with a women's series win. What a performance coming out from Czechia here in this one. China U24, anytime that they have played Czechia, they hold a 6-2 all-time record. That will now move to 6-3 there after the win. Showing some resiliency there from this Czechia side. They matched up against each other a lot. Mostly going one match actually in 2016, one in 2022. The rest of them coming in 2023, and all of them have came in pool play. So they have never met up in the knockouts. This will be the first time in the history of both these teams being able to square off, and it will be Czechia getting the last laughs here. We'll have to see if this paint work will continue to work out for them moving on forward against other these sizable nations that'll be coming up there as well. Something that we've highlighted so much, especially with a team like Australia, the Netherlands, a lot of height going in their favor, and even throw the Düsseldorf Zeus in the mix there as well. As there you can see the Netherlands players starting to get their warm-up in. They will be taking on the Philippines. I want to talk about the size mismatch. There you can see it out there on the floor. Netherlands finished their group stage. Netherlands finished their group stage 2-1. Meanwhile, for the Philippines, 1-2. Their only win coming by forfeit to Iran. All those teams got a free win to start it off. They lost to Czechia. They lost to the Düsseldorf Zeus by 3. That was a very close game over there in Pool B. But for the Netherlands, their only loss coming to Australia as we go down to the floor to meet the rosters here for these two nations. There you have the Netherlands and the Philippines as we'll get the coin toss underway. Boyce Pettenville there of the Netherlands, and Mika Cacho there from the Philippines. Our referees, Henning Frolich and Mila Cavara, here for this one, our second quarterfinal game. The winner of this will take on the Düsseldorf Zeus. One of the cooler stories that we have. I even thought on our end, I saw just 3 players. There you can see Düsseldorf Zeus. Even on my end, when I got my notes, and I saw that there was only 3 players on the website, 3 players on my notes. I was like, is there an error? Are we missing somebody? But no, it's just the 3 of them. And the fatigue has not played a factor. At least if it has, they're doing a very good job of not showing it. The Netherlands, one of the higher ranked teams that we have in this, winner of a women's series before, and always consistently placing at least at worst within the top 5 in all the competitions they've played in. As we get things underway, the Netherlands squaring off here against the Philippines, as the post work will come in here early. Expect a lot of that from Joritsma. And a traveling violation already called on the Philippines. So a bucket there by the Netherlands, and they will immediately get the ball right back. They have played against the Philippines 2 times in their history. One win coming back in World Cup 2018 Pool D. And actually won more recently in 2024. Clermont-Ferrand in Pool D. They were able to take down the Philippines as Bentonville gets themselves another bucket. And there's almost a steal. Ball will be knocked away. Yam able to keep this one inbound. The shot clock was expiring, so she had to just toss something up. Cacho, though, able to come out there with the offensive rebound. And there will be a whistle there on the play. Here you see Norsha Dreesen, number 4 ranked player in all of FIBA 3x3 women's. 3 players ahead of her, all on the Canadian team. The top seed going into the FIBA 3x3 Olympics. As there's a nice feed there to Ferrer, and that's going to be swatted away. Bentonville registering a block there for the Netherlands. Offenses look good from the 2 times we've seen it so far here from the Netherlands. And there you can see, nice clean block. All right, I was whistled a foul there on that one. Thought it looked good there for the moment. 2 fouls now on the board there for the Netherlands. As stepping back into a 2 is Yam. Does miss it. Ferrer, though, with the no-look layup there off the offensive rebound. As we will reset things here back up top. Floren now in the game here for the Netherlands. See what kind of impact she can make. Trying to work out here in the post. We'll go out to Dreesen. Dreesen hesitates there on the shot. Nice pass coming out there from Dreesen. Finds Floren there on the inside. The Netherlands able to extend the lead to 2. And here comes Pingol with an easy one there at the rack. Able to blow right by her opponent. As Floren will hit the deck there for the Netherlands. You can see how it all unfolded there off the handoff. A little bump coming in there from Kai Pingol of the Philippines. But everything good, rest assured. As Joritsma will get it back over to Floren. Here we go from 2 for Bentonville. Way too much. We'll call that a pass, I guess. As Joritsma did end up getting the ball. Is going to be fouled, though, on her attempt. So we'll see the free throws come into play here. As the Philippines will pick up their second foul. No, Bentonville wants that one back, but perfect placement coming out there from Joritsma. The free throw is up off the front of the rim, and that ball will be knocked around. The Philippines ultimately will be the one to come out there with it. Yam trying to go inside on Bentonville. Great defense, though. Trying to shuffle the feet and get back in front. Going to draw the body contact. And did an excellent job in doing so. It's that little arm that was wrapped around the body. That's what the ref saw. Hazel Yam. She can't make the free throw either. So back-to-back free throw misses. One from the Netherlands. Also one here from the Philippines. As the Netherlands try to exploit their height advantage here early. Trying to bully their way in towards the paint. Of course, when you are at a size disadvantage, you're going to try to be as aggressive as possible to stop some of these entries. You have to be careful if you're the Philippines. Over the course of these next 8 minutes and 15 seconds. It is Dreesen trying to bully her way there on the inside. And they are going to call a push-off, though, there on Dreesen. Pingol always finding herself in a lot of sticky situations in the paint. She comes out on top with a lot of them. A nuisance here to deal with as the Netherlands do pick up their 4th foul. Nice screen there set by Ferrer. Dreesen did end up hitting the floor. And it will go on the Philippines. A lot of fouls racking up here. 8 total. Not even 2 minutes into the game just yet. It will be whistled there for an illegal screen. Right arm extended there on the push-off. And it will be the Philippines now up to 6 fouls. It was just 4-4 in the matter of a couple, like 4 seconds. Everything changes. And the Philippines are 1 foul away from sending the Netherlands into the bonus this early into the game. Not a sight that you want to see if you are a Philippines fan. Dreesen misses the first free throw. Struggled with these a little bit yesterday, too. In the big-time moments, was able to knock him down. As she does make the second, so she'll split the pair. Ferrer is going to be fouled there on the two-point attempt. Lots of fouls there to go around to everybody. It was at 8:06. The fouls were at 4-4. And now at 8 minutes on the game clock, we find ourselves 6 fouls for the Philippines, 5 for the Netherlands. Reynalyn Ferrer for the Philippines at the line to shoot 2. As she makes the first one. This one could tie the game here. A reminder, the Netherlands have never lost to the Philippines in their 2 matchups that they've had all time. What an upset this would be if the Philippines could pull it off, and they do make both free throws. All tied up at 4. Floren will get the ball on the outside there to Joritsma, as that's a miss. Pingol, the one to come out with it here for the Philippines. Nice little step-through move, getting real crafty, but couldn't get the layup to go. As Dreesen and Floren are trying to work out. Dreesen trying to put the body on him, and does. Right there on Cacho. Separation that was created. Pingol will go up to the left hand. Ball will be knocked away right back into the hands of Pingol. But the play will come to a screeching halt right here. And now the ball will flip back over to the Netherlands side. It is Joritsma. Gets it to Floren. Bentonville also in the game now. Will slip down in towards the paint. Floren going to be walled up. Great defense, though, from the Philippines. Just even better offense, though, coming out here from Floren. Bentonville almost just volleyball spikes that one there out of bounds to get in the passing lanes. Trying to stay as active as possible. There you can see the Düsseldorf Zoos. Egbion, the one there in the middle. And Cacho just has to put something up. And the defense will hold on there once more for the Netherlands. As we got a timeout that's called here. Lots to try to talk over, especially in a scrappy game like this where the fouls will more likely play a factor. Bentonville was showing off the size mismatch early in this one. And, of course, Dreesen showing a little hesitation. The no-look pass, a thing of beauty down there to Floren. As Kiki Floren was able to finish out the highlight. This one from Pingol was pretty. Going down the baseline. Pingol showing how much of a dual threat she can be with the three-point shooting, but also her speed, offensively and defensively. As the ref has to give a talking to on the inside to Bentonville. As well as Reynalyn Ferrer, constant contact, trying to wallow up. We had mentioned when the team has the smaller advantage, they have to try to be more physical, and Joritsma wishes she would have that one back. It was a perfectly drawn-up play by the Netherlands, but just an open layup missed at the end of it all. Cacho trying to create separation, maybe thought about the turnaround jumper. Ferrer will pass out of the shot, and the floater for Jan there in the mid-range. Couldn't get it up in time, though. Couple shot clock violations now. Pingol barking out the orders for everybody just to calm down, just to relax. As again, more pushing down in the paint. And the intensity, the fire starting to show here from Lois Bentonville in the Netherlands. The scrappiest things have really gotten. I was seeing on social media people saying the sportsmanship, how great everything is, how kind all these women are to each other when they're playing. Not so much in this one, as another player will hit the deck. Ferrer getting caught up there with Dreesen once more. Constantly trying to move him out of the way. But now because of all that, it is going to be some free throws. 2 of them. It is officially bonus territory for the Netherlands. The Philippines have to be extremely careful. As Dreesen, she missed that first one the last time that she was at the line. She did make her second. So her third free throw attempt was good. What about the fourth? A lot better free throw shooting here from Dreesen here today. as Mika Cacho will let that one just go out of bounds. The Philippines will get it. 4-point lead, 6:37. Game has been taking a little bit of time. Lots of stoppages of play, though. Cacho set the screen. Didn't even have to connect. A beautiful drive there by Hazel Yam. Here comes the Netherlands right back on the other side. They try to go to Bentonville. That pass is going to be stolen away by Cacho. Ball be picked up there by Pingol in the left corner. Cacho will now swing it over to the right, trying to find Pingol. It almost looked like there for a post-up. And they will happily just try to reset things as Yam's layup comes up short. Pingol is there for the offensive rebound. Pingol will take the two. It's money for Pingol. And the Netherlands with some life now on their side. They pull it to within one. Bentonville thought about the drop step. Out to Dreesen. Dreesen through the lane. Can't get the bucket to go. But a foul will be called. And remember, I'll keep on mentioning so you guys don't have to. If maybe you're just tuning in for FIBA 3x3 for the first time, in the bottom left, that left number with the white background is the score of the game. The right is the fouls. If you get to 7 fouls, the other team will go into the bonus. If you get to 10, you will shoot 2 free throws and get the ball back. So the Philippines 1 foul away from that happening. And usually when that happens to teams, they come out on the losing end. Dreesen did miss the first and misses the second. Little push in the back. Referee saying, just relax, okay? She'll get to reshoot the free throw she had just missed. So realistically, a third attempt and got it to go. As nice lay-in coming out there from Hazel Yam. Just a 1-point game. Dreesen working off the screen here from Joritsma. They'll kick it out to Floren from downtown. That one just short, but look at Joritsma's positioning. Right there, as soon as the ball fell right into her lap. Pingol, what a feed there on the inside for there. Tries to get the crossover move. And a kickball violation will be called there on the Netherlands. Tried to get the crafty move. And honestly, good there by Floren. Puts a stick the foot out to force that. For there. Hesitated on the 2. Now we'll take the 2 there off the screen. Got a lot of space. Bentonville will be the one to come out there for the Netherlands. Joritsma sets the screen. For there, gets over top. They switch it. Floren from downtown and comes up short. 2-point shooting been a struggle the first couple quarterfinal games that we've seen here so far. Mika Cacho will reset things here for the Philippines. Lots of game time left to go. Cacho got some contact there down into the paint. No foul was going to be called. She initiated it. The Philippines pull it back within the 1. Dreesen, another drive. Some more contact and gets that to go. The nice little slow step through coming out there from the 4th-ranked player in the world in FIBA 3x3 women's. As a heavy screen comes out there. It's a lot of contact with Bentonville. Pingol did get a lot more separation for a shot. But now, due to that screen, that is the 10th foul. Since it was the Netherlands on the defensive end, they will not go to the line. They only stay active when they're on the offensive side. They got to be careful here. Floren, nice pass fake. Dribble drive there. Right-handed scooper is good. As Pingol tries to do the exact same thing as she does. Anything you can do, I can do better, she says. And now she shows off the defensive intensity. They will slow it down here with Dreesen. Dreesen will line up a 2. Dreesen can't get it to go. That time off the right side. And a rebounding machine is Pingol here for the Philippines. Hazel Yam, the floater, and rattles home. Netherlands can't escape just this 1-point lead. Pingol hits the floor. Philippines come out with it. A chance to tie or take the lead here with 4 minutes to go. Mika Cacho gets it to Pingol. Driving to the right. Separated by 2 players. The pull-up will go off the backside of the rim. And almost looked like it was going to go out. Dreesen will get herself an easy one. As now they go to Floren. Pingol sitting down to the paint. They want Floren to shoot this. And their gamble ended up paying off as Dreesen, though, is there for the rebound. He gave Floren the YMCA treatment, saying, go ahead and shoot it. We don't think you can make it. But Dreesen was there for the cleanup. As Cacho can't get her dribble drive attempt to go, she will get her own rebound. Here we go. Hazel Yam for two. Sailing out to the right and out of bounds. We'll have to see if that go ahead and shoot the two mindset will stick the rest of the way, if that was just a one-time thing from Pinkol. And as there you can see the Hazel Yam layup. And we talk about the two-point shooting that has been on display here from Kai Pingol so far throughout here in the Guba stop. Finally starting to show here in this one. We'll have to see if she can try to continue those. You had mentioned the Philippines continue to bring this to within a one-point game, but there's also an instant response from the Netherlands almost every single time. And it's been a lot of this on Driesen's dribble drive attempts. Instead of just barreling her way through, she will start her drive. She'll get that slow step and almost come to a screeching halt to float that one up and in. 2-point lead for the Netherlands. Floren will go into Joritsma. Ferrer with the one-on-one matchup going ISO in towards the paint. Does throw up the right-handed hook. Will fall out. Pingol. Do you know she wanted it? This time will pass out of it. Ferrer with the fall-away shot. Will hit off the back of the iron right to the hands of Joritsma. And they want to try to reward her for her efforts, and they do. Beautiful work down there into the paint for the Netherlands. It's now a 3-point lead. Yam down the baseline, goes reverse high off the glass. A beautiful finish right over top of there, but they'll go down to Joritsma again, trying to take advantage of the size. They do there for a moment. She got to look, but it will be Driesen, the one to be able to get there, and Pingol able to save that one for going out of bounds. Fakes the pass, then commits to it. Yam, the floater. Yam can't get it to go, and it is going to be a foul. Hazel Yam on the floater. We found in the act of shooting there by Norsha Driesman. And now this will activate the bonus for the Philippines. 2 free throws here to tie the game. Do not envy the position that Hazel Yam is in right now for the Philippines. She does make the first. This next one will tie it. Taking her time with it. Off the rim, they get the rebound. Yam will take the 2 this time. Right side out. Ferrer trying to chase down the rebound. Does. It's with Cacho. Cacho 101 there with Bentonville. Trying to get some space. Switches hands on the lay-in. We are tied. For the first time since the very beginning of the game, they go to Bentonville. She gets the layup to go. Wasn't tied for long. For roughly about 6 seconds. Under 2 minutes here. Cacho, the crossover move to the inside, the slow gather. Cacho with back-to-back buckets here for the Philippines. Floren to Bentonville to try to break the deadlock again. The shot will go up there for Floren. She will miss it. Ball will be knocked out of play, and it is going to stay with the Netherlands. As it looks like the Philippines will be calling there for a timeout. As we will get a chance to take a breather ourselves here on the broadcast end. See all the work that's being put in here. Mika Cacho, this is as pretty as it gets. Driving left, switching to the right hand and going up and under with it. All players on the Netherlands 180 centimeters or taller. Only one that is down there at the size of this Philippine lineup. 170 meters there for Floren as that dribble drive. Sorry, the dish there from Driesen does find Joritsma on the inside. As now the Netherlands back up 1. Pingol thought about the step back on the 2. Ferrer will go over to Cacho. The one-handed floater did have to put something up there. Not the greatest of looks, but just want to get any attempt up before that shot clock expires. The crowd might have erupted there if Mika Cacho would have got that one-handed floater to go. Netherlands back right to where they were this whole game with a 1-point lead as Driesen getting walled up there by Ferrer. Forces back-to-back misses. Ball will be knocked away. Driesen able to come out there with the rebound, though, at the end of it. Bentonville tries to go on the inside. Driesen will get that ball knocked away. It's going to be stolen away now. Ferrer. Pingo from the left side. It's money for Pingo. The shot the Philippines needed to give him a 1-point lead. The Netherlands down for the first time all game. Bentonville drives and is going to be fouled. And no, this foul is going to be 2 free throws for the Netherlands. They will also get the ball right back with 39 seconds remaining. Got to be hoping for some misses here coming out from the Netherlands. Bentonville will be the one to shoot. She will make the first one. Gold medalist in the FIBA 3x3 Euro Cup in 2023 with some big-time free throws. Will make them both to give them a 1-point lead, and they get the ball right back. Pressure now flipped back over into the hands of the Philippines. Joritsma gets the ball, trying to find Bentonville out there on the flare-out. Now it's with Driesen. 3 seconds remaining. Driesen gets some space, gets the lay-in. 2-point separation. Pingo thinking about the 2, will bring it back out. Now it's with Cacho. Cacho driving, tries to replicate what she just did moments ago, but empty on this attempt. And the Netherlands will take their time here. Joritsma gets it to Driesen. Driesen going in on a couple players. The straight-up defense is there. No ball will be slapped right back to her. Driesen can't connect on it, and that's going to do it. The Netherlands, they have never lost to the Philippines in FIBA 3x3 action. They're able to hold on despite some heroic efforts coming out there from this Philippines team. They are able to get the job done. 19-17, the final score here of this one. Here you can see the highlights of how this all played out. Emphasis on the inside coming out from the Netherlands, as you might expect. We had mentioned almost a 10-plus centimeter height advantage for everybody on the floor, apart from Kiki Floren of the Netherlands. Right there towards the end is that ping goal 2 that put them up for the first time. Sometimes, as they say, in the dark night, everyone's a hero so you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. I think that's how it's said. Got to be something close. But Pingo had that big foul going off. She knew that she had messed up when it happened after she made the 2. And that gave the Netherlands some easy free throws to ice it. And then they got the ball right back, and that's when they were able to close out the game. This was the big shot there from Pingo. Late on the closeout there was Bentonville. Flushed it home. But from that point on, they got it right back here into the hands of Driesen after those made free throws. And she was just able to get herself there an easy one. The Netherlands in the tournament will advance to an overall 3-1. The Philippines have been eliminated. They will finish with a 1-3 record, which will set up everything for our next game. Czechia got the win over China U24. So it will be Australia taking on Czechia here in our first semifinal game. We'll step away here for a short break. We'll let the players get warmed up. We'll get the intros underway. And then we'll have our first semifinal. It'll be Australia taking on Czechia here in the Guba stop in Azerbaijan. Our first semifinal of the day about to go down. Australia, the undefeated team so far here in the Guba stop, will be taking on Czechia, currently with a 3-1 record. Just had a big win over China U24 in the quarterfinals. So they already played a game today. This will be Australia's first look at the game. There you can see representatives out there for the China U24 team. Of course, China as a nation will be at the FIBA 3x3 games, but if this is their under 24 team, we've already seen a couple teams that have been playing in these tournaments, so many of them. Thinking specifically here in this one, Australia, they will be heading to the Olympics, and they, of course, would want to come out on top with a Women's Series championship win here. So let's go down to the floor to meet the rosters. See if this one can live up to the hype between Australia and Czechia. They have never faced off before in these competitions. As there you can see our referees here for our first semifinal. Getting into this, Australia only played the China U24, the Düsseldorf Zeus. Still a chance to play Düsseldorf, but it is going to have to come in the finals, as Düsseldorf is slated to play the Netherlands. A lot of people watching out there are probably like, man, give me another stage of this Australia-Netherlands matchup. We already saw that one time, and that ended with a game-winning shot from Alex Wilson, number 4 there. You can see on your screen. Those two teams familiar with each other on the big stage. Let's see how this one goes. Czechia and Australia will get things underway with Australia starting off with the ball. And right away there on the inside, they go down to Whittle, and the rebound will fall to Alex Wilson. Back down to Whittle there, as she gets the lane to go, and a quick 2 will go up there from Czechia immediately when they bring the ball out. Levinska trying to get the paint work back on full display. We saw that against China U24. But we have to be battling a little bit more size, though, here in this matchup with Australia. 1-0 start there for the Aussies. Mansfield will get it back down low. They go to Whittle once more. Spins off of the post. Excellent move. Coming out there. Sotolova not giving much resistance there on that play. Here we go back on the inside with Czechia. Rylashova will get the first points there for her team, as that one will be slapped out of play. It is Malikova staying active there in the passing lane, but just couldn't get a full handle on it. So it'll stay here. And Nelly Mali will check in for Australia. Mansfield, Mali, and Wilson out there from our team from Down Under. Mansfield, nice drive there. Is going to be walled up, though. Is there a foul called on a play, or was there something else? Have to wait and see. It is going to be a foul in Czechia, so the ball does go back to Australia. Mali will get it there at the elbow. Here comes Wilson on the wrap through. Gets some separation. The shot goes up. Can't connect there off the front of the rim. The ball will pop out. But not before a foul was called there on Australia. See, immediately, body kind of wrapped around. Almost looked like it was an intentional foul, but that wouldn't be the case. Malikova. There's a little pressure there on the MAC. Made it just a little bit uncomfortable there on the entry pass. So much so to where she couldn't keep a full handle on it. Down will go out of bounds back over to Australia. We had mentioned 3-0 here in this tournament. And a foul be called. We'll see some free throws be shot here. They took down China U24 by 3 points, 20-17. They then beat the Netherlands in overtime fashion, 22-20. Then domination them against the Baku Flames, the team here from Azerbaijan, 21-3. As all roads lead to this, to Czechia for a spot here in the finals. Australia trying to win their second ever women's series. They've only played in one of these, and that was at the Chengdu stop. And they won that tournament, as Australia will get the ball right back. It's with Mansfield. Dancing around here. Double screen's going to be set by Australia, as a whistle will be called there on one of the screens. That one will go against Whittle here on this first screen. Little shove of the shoulder going there on the inside. Levinska, back turn to the basket. Rylichova down to Levinska again. Back over to Rylichova. Nice spin move, and tries to get the step through there on the pivot. But the shot clock will expire, as there was a scramble for the ball. Might have went Australia's way, but who knows? We don't have to leave it up to chance. Just 2 fouls apiece. Still plenty of game time to work with. As they get it down to Whittle. Easy find there. Lost the footing, but can't get the bunny. Should have been an easy layup there for Whittle. She'll be hanging her head there on that one. A long shot will go up there. And nice rejection coming out there from Wilson. Ball still being slapped around. It's Rylichova going down the baseline. That's a miss. Wilson still battling. And will come out there with the rebound. Straight back down the Whittle they go. There will be a foul. What a scramble we just saw there. Everybody from Czechia getting their attempt. But time after time, it was Australia making it uncomfortable, making it as scrappy as it can be. Mansfield, pass fake, into a 2 off the back of the iron. And Levinska will be the one to fly out there from the left side to get that board. Sokolova from 2. That one also rims out. Ball will be tapped away. Wilson saves it. A bullet pass right over to Mansfield. The pump fake, the drive, Wilson creating a lot of contact throughout every step of the way there on that drive for Australia. And you can see the first contact, and there's the second one on the shot attempt. Number 4 there of Alex Wilson for Australia was the hero yesterday to get the win over the Netherlands. First free throw attempt here. That one's no good. Was a lane violation, so she reshot the first miss that she had and does cash in there on her second attempt. Sokolova to Rylichova. Nice dribble drive there with the left hand, but just enough contest coming out from Anali Mali. Now she tries to dribble drive. But every single time that we're seeing an attempt made when driving to the basket, there's always a foul that will stop it before. 4 fouls now whistled there on Czechia. Oh, nice little pass out of there on the checkup. Does find Levinska. Nice off-ball work coming out from her. Whittle gets stopped. One-legged fade. Can't get that one to go. Bonnie will hit the floor down there in the paint. No whistle will be called. Czechia has it right back. Long shot from Rylichova. As Australia will retain it. Back down here to Whittle. Here comes the post work drifting away. But another stop. Levinska. She was doing a lot of damage on the interior in the last game as Rylichova, nice turnaround shot. Lit on the basket now here for both teams, and this will be a jump ball. Timeout will also be called here. There you can see that scramble. Able to get both hands around it to be able to force that one. It's living up to the billing of maybe what you would expect from a competition perspective. Australia have had no easy games other against the Baku Flames. For Czechia, they've had some tough ones, but they have definitely won by more of a larger margin over the course of these. They did lose that one game to the Düsseldorf Zoos. DJ's never missing with a song selection out there in Guba, Azerbaijan. Australia with the constant ball movement. Whittle tries to split both defenders and able to draw the foul. That'll be the 5th there on Czechia. So a little bit of the same against China U24 with drawing those. I don't think Levinska was expecting that drive, and she was the one whistled there with the foul. Whittle will immediately put the ball down the floor before getting over to Mansfield. Now with Mali getting bumped around. Back to the basket now. The turnaround shot is no good again. Rylichova, she will have her attempt. Nice little up and under move there. But the lid on the basket here for both teams. Who will be the one to finally score? It has been scoreless for the past, I would say, 3 or 4 minutes. Very low scoring, as we are just 56 seconds away from crossing the halfway point here in our first semifinal game. Malikova gets the ball fed back there on the inside. Great defense, though, from Mansfield, staying active. And make sure, most importantly, to keep the handle of the ball. Here's Alex Wilson down to Whittle. Whittle gets tangled up, and that'll be called on the floor. 6th foul now for Czechia. See, getting tangled up there with the arms. One foul away from putting Australia into the bonus is Czechia. Fresh shot clock here to work with. Whittle gets herself an easy one. There we go. First score in a couple minutes, and it will go way of Australia. 3-point lead now. As Sotolova steps back into a 2. Off the front of the rim, Whittle will get the long rebound there at the 3-point line. Over with Mansfield. Calls out for Whittle to go to the low block, and there's a rejection. There by Levinska. Great defensive recovery coming out there. And no, it's not going to be blocked. It will be whistled a foul. Silent whistle on my part. And again, I don't have the greatest hearing anyway. It's Mansfield makes the first. She will be shooting 2 because the bonus is now active after that foul coming in from Levinska. And Mansfield makes the second there as well. This is the entire 4-person roster that will be going to Paris, France for the Paris Olympics. FIBA 3x3. And the Australian team will try to be going for gold, as there's a missed attempt from behind the arc there for Rylichova. And can't get the entry pass cleanly. Mali, though, able to tiptoe the line to keep it in bounds. Mansfield got to get something up. Shot clock expiring from the right side. It is an air ball, and it will be a shot clock violation. Rylichova protesting that. That probably should have been an out-of-bounds call. Here we are back on the offensive end with Czechia. Soltalova into the mid-range. Be interesting to see where this goes. It looks as about as 50-50 as a ball could get there off the rebound. And it will go to Czechia. Last touch by Australia there in that sequence. Malikova gets it there to the inside. Levinska. I think almost every single point she scored when they played China U24 came from that exact same spot down and towards the dead zone. Alex Wilson with a burst of speed. Gets the lay and a go. And now here's a wide open Malikova from 2. No good on that attempt. Here's Mali from 2. There for Australia. Alex Wilson flying in there for the rebound at the elbow. A deep 2 for Wilson. That won't go. Mali fighting for positioning there on the offensive side. And we'll get the second chance opportunity to go here for Australia. Have not seen a lot of 2s today over the course of every single game that we've seen. Saw Pingol hit 2 in the game that the Philippines played last time out. That was against the Netherlands. And in the Czechia-China U24 game, there was not a lot to go around either. I think maybe just one made 2 over the course of that entire game. Wilson will hit the bench. Whittle's in now. A sizable lead here And as I say that, it's Levinska finishing on the inside for Czechia. Here's a shot from Whittle from the left corner pocket. Can't get the make, though. Malikova, nice little move there to open up things for the 2-point line. What a shot there by Malikova, bringing it to within 3. Mansfield trying to respond here on the inside. Little fall away jumper coming out there from Lauren Mansfield. Malikova, she'll try to keep up her hot streak. That ball somehow finds in between 2 players. Sokolova, though, can't be the one to make it. Whittle down in the post. Gathers the ball with a nice turnaround shot there from Maren Whittle of Australia. Looked like she was trying to go for a pass-first mentality, but ended up getting it. Things starting to pick up there. A miss from Czechia. They were able to get their own rebound. Sokolova to Levinska, throws that one away. Molly down the Whittle. Good positioning and just gets ourselves the right-handed scoop there. Back to a 6-point lead for Australia. Now the offense starting to flow down under as there you go again. They knocked the ball away. This time, though, will be a kickball. And there is going to be another timeout as we can catch our breaths here for a moment. Finally starting to see the offense kick into overdrive here in this game. They got the feed in the inside to Levinska. This from Whittle. She was looking to pass. It's like a step back gather there on the shot to perfection. And then Whittle has been doing this all game long. Levinska gambled there, trying to go for the reach. Got ourselves out of position. Led to an easy lay-in there for Whittle. Much needed rest from Maren Whittle here in this game. Been calling up on her name quite some time. Not even just in the tournament, but in this game specifically. Malikova steps into a 2. Right side of the rim, pops out. And Wilson got wrapped up down there with Rylichova. She did come out on top of the rebound, so it's going to be a foul on Czechia. And Wilson with another 2 free throws here. You can see the arm mixed right in there with Wilson. Wilson tries to shake it off. That's what got the foul drawn. And Wilson will make the first free throw here in this one. Largest lead of the game for Australia. Now sits at 7. This pushes things to 8. There was a whistle. I think the violation ended up going to Czechia anyway, so the free throw will count. 14-6 here. First semifinal game, if you're just tuning in. Sokolova, the 2-point shot is money. Nothing but net there for Sokolova. The response, though, from Mansfield, not going to be there. Holly is able to get the offensive board. Mansfield, the jab step, walks it back, takes the 2. Mansfield off the back of the iron this time. Couple players hit the floor, and there is going to be a whistle here. As it was Molly trying to just chase down that board. A couple players fell right over top of each other. Everybody okay, though. Always the things you like to see. And it was a foul. Ultimately, they ended up going there. It was Malikova going to the ground. And there you can see the pileup. Big screen hits Sokolova. Another one. Czechia starting to catch fire. As I say that, Whittle hesitated there on the interior shot, then brings it out to the 2. She'll take one of her own. That's going to be rejected there on the jumper. Rylichova with a huge stop here for Czechia. Levinska will be the one to set the screen. Rylichova trying to get some separation. She cannot, though. Wilson right up in her grill. Levinska from the right corner. Pops in and out there. Wilson will be the one to come out with the rebound for Australia. A lot of contact there on the screen. Rylichova just taking her moment to get a breath. Looked like a clean screen almost, but refs saw it the other way. Australia will now be whistled there for their 5th foul of the game. They will get things reset here in Guba. Rylichova takes the 2, right side of the rim. Another miss on that attempt there for Rylichova. They go back to the inside. Whittle Had some space. Now there's more contact. So she fights through the contact. But couldn't make that first one, but does make the second. That's all that matters. 5-point lead for Australia. Rylichova there on the inside. Picks up the dribble. Has to get it back out. Here comes a long shot attempt from Malikova. And that one finds nothing but air. With 1:13 to go. Australia with a nice lead of 5 points. Czechia in the foul trouble. Everything stacked against them going down here in the final minute 13. Levinska been showing off a lot of the offense on the inside for Czechia all day long. This is one of the more pretty moves that we've seen here. The Whittle pickup dribble. And then the turnaround shot. And Levinska gambling here. Set things up for Whittle. They've been going down to her time and time again, trying to get that offensive positioning in the post. And Sotolova. 2 twos for her. And they were back-to-back as well. Can Czechia continue to fight? Wilson will fake the screen, immediately flares out. Now we'll go one-on-one with Malikova. And does she get the better of her? She does not. Malikova's going to get that one stripped away. Mansfield to Wilson. What a pass. What a find coming out there. There was a whistle, though. The right side ref. And it looks like, there we go. Czechia will be the team to get set up. Levinska to Sotolova. Sotolova thought about the shot. Hesitation, but what a whip pass on the inside by Levinska. She has been so efficient with finishing here in Guba when it comes down to those layups, but couldn't finish out the highlight. Mansfield put something up. It's going to be Mali down there this time for Australia. Great defense, though, by Sotolova. 30 seconds remain. Czechia got to start to try to hunt for some twos here. Rylichova will get that one slapped away. Levinska does as well. Mansfield the one to come out with it. Here for Australia. She'll start her dribble drive. Tosses that one up. High off the glass and out. There was another scramble there for the rebound. The ball did end up getting knocked out of play. But it does go to Australia. 17.8. 5-point lead. Australia will be our first team that is going to be in our Guba Stop Finals. They will await the winner of the Düsseldorf Zeus taking on the Netherlands. Düsseldorf Zeus, a team from Germany, will be taking on the Dutch. Final score 17-10. Australia were in the driver's seat the entire time. Czechia threatened it a couple times here and there, but for the most part, smooth sailing here for Australia. They are now 4-0 here in this stop. Czechia, their road will come to an end with a record of 3-2 here in this tournament. Surely will not be the last that we see from Czechia moving forward. And for Australia, we had mentioned they will be one of the teams at the FIBA 3x3 Olympics a week from now. This exact same roster will go out there. Their first game will be July 30th. They will take on Canada, the top seed in the FIBA 3x3 Olympics. 3 players out of the 4 in the top 3 of individual women's rankings. It'll be a tough one there for them. Sorry, Canada the 5th seed, Australia the 8th, according to the standings there on the website. It will be a good one, but Australia want to try to continue that momentum, come out on top here with a win. Kind of like how Spain did. Spain also going out there. They won the Pristina Kosovo stop. Trying to do a little bit of the same here, as the highlights tell the story that you needed to see. And now we can shift our focus over to our second semifinal. As I mentioned, the 3-woman roster, Düsseldorf Zeus, with the sharpshooting Katsura on the team, will be going against the Netherlands, who we just saw earlier in the day get a big win. That was over China U24 is 14-9. Sorry. It was 19-17. Barely scraping by there against the Philippines. Netherlands with a 3-1 record overall in this tournament. The Düsseldorf Zeus undefeated. They were in Pool B, so they got the forfeit win from Iran. They took down Czechia 18-12, and then they beat the Philippines 17-14. But now this is where everything will get ramped up just a little bit more as they take on the Netherlands. The players will step off the court. The warm-ups are done. Let's head down to the floor for the official intros there in Guba, Azerbaijan. There you have it. The Düsseldorf Zeus here in this one. Yuka Maeda, Hamad Egbion, and Haoi Katsura. Katsura was a walking highlight reel yesterday for Düsseldorf. Probably the best shooter next to Yuting Dang that we saw. She was showing she could do it from every single place there on the floor. See our referees, Vladimir Veskovic and Mila Kavana. Düsseldorf's best placing came in Chengdu. That was the tournament that Australia ended up winning, the only one that they participated in the women's series. Düsseldorf Zeus was there as well. They finished third. Overall, a 20-16 record here in the women's series all time. Hamad Egbion. See if she can put her height to use here in this one. The former Florida State Seminole. As the Netherlands will get our second semifinal underway. As a little miscommunication already coming in there. Dreesen will find herself the easiest basket probably of the game that she'll get. As here we go with Katsura. Taking a fadeaway midi already. Same thing that we ended up seeing yesterday from Katsura. As Joritsma will feed Dreesen again, this time with the scooper action. Back-to-back baskets coming out there from Dreesen. Katsura thought about the step back into the two. And Dreesen didn't like what she saw there. Immediately went in for the foul. So the first one will be whistled there at the game against the Netherlands. All three players here for Düsseldorf Zeus ranked within that top 50. Two of them within the top 30. As Degbion gets the layup to go there over Floren. See if they can try to attack that mismatch when they get it. Floren on the inside, right-handed floater, doesn't get it. And it's going to be a wide open two there for Dreesen. Don't worry, the camera's not playing tricks on you. That was not nothing but net. It was an air ball as Katsura lines up a shot. That one does hit off the front of the rim, does go out. A little tangle up there of Floren and Degbion down in towards the paint. To see how much they can try to fight to get that switch time and time again. Katsura, this has been the money spot here from the left elbow for her. Taking her time with it. Only 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Back to the basket. Gets the crossover. Floren creates some contact. Free throw line. Fade is money. Katsura continuing to show out here in Guba. Bentonville is going to be walled up. Floren tries to respond with a two, and she does. What a shot by Kiki Floren to get the two-point shooting started here for the Netherlands. But non-stop action here. Degbion misses the layup there over to Joritsma. Bentonville will come out with it. Bentonville, ball knocked away there by Degbion. Here's the mismatch. Back to the basket. Is she going to go up with it? She does. Floren hits the floor. Up on the second attempt. No good. Ball will be slapped around there to Katsura. Katsura this time driving. Went up with it. That's going to be stopped. Joritsma will get credited there for the block for the Netherlands. Floren again from way downtown. It's money again for Kiki Floren. A little bit of confusion of what ended up happening. And it is just going to be a made basket. For a moment, I was like, did we just miss an and one that was about to happen? Kiki Floren, 2 threes in a row as Maida tries to get her own shot from deep to go. Floren to Driessen. She'll start her attack there from behind the three-point line. And was able to get that extra step ahead there of Degbion. 7-3 here for the Netherlands. Katsura with her back to the basket. Trying to step through. Went up with the right hand. Just a little bit too much though. Kiki Floren from the same spot. She knocked out her first one! Kiki Floren is on fire here in Guba! 3 for 3 from 2. Yuka Maida tries to feed it into Katsura. Driessen stays active. Oh, Floren, heat check moment. 4 for 4, surely not. Off the front of the rim and just short. Have yourself a day. Kiki Floren on the biggest stage. Degbion is able to get a point though. Joritsma will have this from the low block. And just absolute muscle work down there in the post. Shakes off Katsura. Screen set, Katsura with another pull-up there in the mid-range. This time, no good. Has been perfect here so far in those attempts. Driessen was thinking about the shot. Instead, will kick it out. This time, it's Joritsma trying to get another two-point action. Degbion for Düsseldorf will come out of there with the board. And they'll feed her right back down to the inside. And Floren will make a basketball play there, immediately going for the foul as they continue to try to attack her down there in the post. But what a start here as we're getting close to that mid-range point of the game. Kiki Floren, that was her first 3. And that's where everything opened up. The seal was broken. Here off the screen, takes the dribble, steps right into another 2. You can see how perfectly executed it was. About a foot behind the line there as well. And of course, Driessen been showing you the dribble drive work really all tournament long. But here and today on their games, just getting that extra step ahead. So the shooting just makes everyone's life easier that you're seeing for Kiki Floren as Katsura does get some space there for a 2. But there's going to be a whistle on the screen set there by Ama Degbion. Just getting with the outside a little bit there on the left. So the Netherlands will get the ball back. Bettenville tries to thread the needle there on that one. Degbion says no. Under 10 seconds here on the shot clock. Continues to wind down. Katsura trying to set the screen. Degbion trying to force some contact there on her driving attempt. As Joritsma to Floren. A little miscue again from the Düsseldorf Zeus. Leads to Floren getting herself an easy one. They burned a lot of time here off the shot clock with them just getting the ball out. Only 3 seconds remain. Katsura has to make something happen here. It's in the mid-range. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Here we are with Driessen. We'll get it out. Joritsma with the long attempt. Long shot, short rebound. Usually the opposite. Joritsma will save this to Driessen. And Katsura, I think she was maybe anticipating that Yuka Maida would be the one to meet Driessen down in the paint. But it's another give-me attempt there for the Netherlands. As they will get whistled there now for their 4th foul. Katsura at the elbow. Nice spin move. Gets her to the inside and finishes with the left hand. Joritsma was the player there for the Netherlands to try to get the contest, which is pretty offense. Driessen, the jab step into it too. Hits off the inside of the rim. Does go long. I believe Maida was the one to chase that down there for Düsseldorf Zeus. Floren will get the feed there to Joritsma. Nice pick and roll action. They'll go inside to Katsuda this time. She can't get herself one to go. Floren was the one breathing down her neck there on the backside. Floren will try to step into it too. That's going to be blocked there by Degbion. Trying to shoot over the tallest player for the Düsseldorf Zeus. She knows not to make that mistake again, as Katsuda was getting to a jump stop there for a moment and does end up missing the reverse. Düsseldorf never hit 21 points yesterday. They got close. 2 of their games, 18 points, 17 points. For the Netherlands, they've been able to hit 21 just one time so far. 20 points in a loss to Australia. Other than that, they've been right around the 18, 19 marks. They basically hit every single number that you need that's up there in that top range. As Maeda does put up a shot from the right corner. Degbion will be the one to come out with the board. Katsuda will now get the screener for Degbion, and Bettenville quick there with the hands to knock that one out of play. Lois Bettenville, the oldest player here on this Netherlands team at the age of 30. And Katsuda finds herself a lot of space. Bettenville thought about the two. Driesen lining up a shot from up top. Not successful there on that attempt is Norsha Driesman. Katsuda trying to get her first 2 of the game. She can't get it to go either. Back out here with Driesen. Perfect pick and roll. Just a step too late there to react for Degbion and Düsseldorf Zeus. But nice entry pass. Just couldn't get the handle on it, as play will swing back over here to the Netherlands. Timeout is now going to be called. See all the spectators out there in Guba, Azerbaijan. Perfect weather to be playing in the outdoors and to be watching some FIBA 3x3 basketball go down. Kiki Floren been the MVP here of this game. 3 made 2s, finishing there on the inside. Katsuda hasn't had the same jump shooting that we fell in love with yesterday. Been able to make it up with the mid-range shooting and finishing there at the rack. Yorisma tries to go inside. There will be a whistle and called there on the Philippines. They'll pick up, sorry, not the Philippines, Düsseldorf Zeus, as they pick up their second foul. Floren has it here on the right side. Yorisma. Nice jab step. Can't create any separation. Degbion had the read the entire way there on the drive. They got the mismatch they've been hunting for a lot of the game. Now it's switched. Katsuda spins off of this one. Tries to get by both defenders. Goes up with the opposite hand. A dazzling finish coming out there from Katsuda. And the double team comes up immediately. And another whistle will go against the Düsseldorf Zeus. Play started immediately. Only 3 minutes remaining here on the game clock. Driesen whips the pass to Yorisma on the left side. Just a little too much on it, though. And Bettenville couldn't corral that rebound. Came off pretty hard. Katsuda will get that one knocked away there by Driesen. Yorisma to Bettenville. Was able to draw enough attention out there. You could see what she wanted to do. Taking her time at the three-point line, waiting for Degbion to make her first move and step, where she might not be able to recover on that drive, but she did. There's a lot of length going her way. Driesen will take her time here with this one. Nice spin, the one-legged fade off the back of the rim, and does end up falling out, though. Right back over to Düsseldorf. 7-point lead. They got to cut into this one. Maybe this is going to be the start. Katsuda. Nothing but nylon there from 2. Could that be the sign of life that they need? But now they got to get some stops. Floren takes the 2, and that one will drift out of bounds. Could this be the moment for Katsuda to try to catch fire here for the Düsseldorf Zeus? She's taken a couple. Not just, though, her first make. The screen will be set going right. Katsuda, perfect defense, though, by the Netherlands, but just better offense. Drifting away, such a hard shot to hit with the hand of Yorisma right in her face, as it is going to be Düsseldorf coming out there with the steal. Could this be a late run with 2:04 to go here for Düsseldorf? Here's down 14-8. Big two by Katsuda, brought it to within 4. No look pass there to Degbion. Down low, fighting through Joritsma's contest. Both hands up, it didn't even matter for him. 3-point game. Driesen slips, loses her dribble, still able to keep it though, as Floren takes the leaning shot. It was close to almost being an and one play there. It's a small wraparound that came from Yuka Maeda around the hips. So the lead pushed back to 4. Düsseldorf to reset things here with Degbion. Yuka Maeda gets it to Katsuda. Here at the free throw line, tries to get a big burst of speed, going around. Great defense though for the Netherlands again. They once again prevail. Floren switches hands on the inside. Maeda knocks that one away. Ball being kicked around a couple times. And that is what the final call will be by our official. Kickball violation. One minute and 20 seconds. As nice little off-ball work come out there from both Bettenville and Floren. It almost gave Bettenville a separation as she needed to get the ball on the inside. Another foul there on Düsseldorf. See, hands on the hips. Everybody exhausted here in this game so far. Driesen. Can she be the closer here for the Netherlands? They try to thread the needle on the pass on the inside. And it is going to be knocked out of play. And we'll go back over to Düsseldorf. It was pointed there initially. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, it is. A little confusion there for a moment. Katsuda here at the elbow. Degbion will fake the off-ball screen. Gets it there on the inside. Goes straight up there. Bettenville had the hand up, just not in the right position to try to get the stop there. 3-point game. Floren lines it up from way behind the arc. The heat check has definitely expired from those first threes that she had hit. Katsuda sidestepping into a 2. Degbion, though, there for the easy cleanup. 2-point game. 40 seconds to go here in Guba. Floren. Norsha Driesen on the inside. Goes with the opposite hand. They get another stop. A 2 here could tie it. Here for Düsseldorf. Katsuda will get it. She tries to spin off. Gets the drive. Slows down. Misses the layup. Oh, Degbion, though, there for the cleanup again. 1-point game. Does Düsseldorf have another stop for Driesen? Gets the ball on the inside. And a slow, methodical finish there at the rack. They need the 2. 4 seconds remain. Katsuda drives. Gets it on the inside. But they needed the 2 to try to tie the game. They just got the 1. And there you can see Katsuda looking up at the scoreboard, realizing that they needed the 2. But in the moment, the awareness wasn't there. She was almost hyped up like they thought that they could have potentially tied the game. But that is how it does come to a close. The Netherlands get the big win over here against the Düsseldorf Zeus, and it'll set up a rematch that we saw earlier in this tournament where it was an Alex Wilson game-winning 2 to make it them undefeated in their groups. It was 22-20 in favor of Australia. The Netherlands with a big win, 2 wins in a row here in the knockouts. There you can see the work that was put in early by Kiki Floren. Efficient from behind the 2-point line. Driesen empty on her 2-point attempts. But when you can do as much damage as she was doing on the inside, that is all you need at times if you are the Netherlands. But what a fight coming out there from the Düsseldorf Zeus. That is just their first loss that came in the knockouts. They are officially eliminated here at their second go-round this 2024 Women's Series season. A 3-woman roster coming out here. Everybody else has 4. They have the subs. They have a lot that can go around, a lot to talk about. But these 3 ladies able to come out here and do something that maybe a lot of people would have expected from them. A lot to look forward to here for the Düsseldorf Zeus moving forward in FIBA 3x3. and a great record. They placed third there at the Chengdu stop. And here they go out there in the semifinals. What a performance coming out from them. As our finals will now be set. We're going to take a short break. When we do come back, it'll be a rematch of what we saw in Pool A, Australia and the Netherlands to be crowned champion here at our 2024 Guba stop.
Vakti kongrusumuzda iştirak edeceğimize hediye kazanma imkanınız var. Aziz dostlar, yarışımızda kim iştirak etmek istiyor? Kim hediye kazanmak istiyor? Orası yaşayacak. 10 iştirakçı olacak bizim konkursumuzda. Hem kızlar hem oğlanlarda. Aziz savaşçılar, yarışımızda kim iştirak etmek istiyor? Kaydalar çok sağlıklı olacak. Hediye kazanma imkanınız var. Yaşına göre kızlar ve oğlanlar kim istiyorsa yakınlaşsın. Değerli hediyelerimiz var. Çok sade bir kaydanız. Sadece olarak toplumumuz sepete göndermeye lazımdır. Ayrıca dostlarımız Mehmet olmakta Düsseldorf. Aziz dostlar, değerli konkurs iştirakçıları, dinleyiciler, sadece olarak bu dayanıklılığını gösteren topu sepete göndermek lazımdır. Hem çetin hem kalsa. Kim daha çok topu atabilse, o da bizden değerli hediye kazanacak. Adları kayıt olmadan sonra bir yaklaşacaksınız ve şansınızı yoklayacaksınız. Anadolu'lar asılıyla güçlü olan, teknik olan galip gelsin. Ardında kaydalar size izah olmuş. Sikletle bulamazsın. Sistemimizden karşı edeceğim musikinin bir kadar azaltsın. Dostlar, qaydalar çox sadədir. Sırayla gəlib, atış həyata keçirirsiniz. Kimlər atmağı bacarsa, digər tərəfə keçir. Daha sonra onlar arasında yarış davam edəcək. Bir-bir yaxınlaşırsınız və atışı həyata keçirirsiniz. İlk olaraq Emil yaxınlaşsın. Gəl Emil, gəl. Belə baxıram, yaşlayan böyüklərdən birisənsən, yol böyüyündür, buyur. Buradan, bu hissədən. Baxın, suyu qoyun və yanından atırsın. Dəqiq olmadı, keçmiş olsun, amma gözlə, geç öz yerinə. Amin, yaxınlaş. Buyur. Tamaşaçılarımız dəstəkləyin. Çox təəssüf. Sənin də imkan olmalı ki, Hilal yaxınlaşır. Az yaşlı iştirakçımız. Uğurlar Hilal. Gəl, bir qədər yaxından ata bilərdin. Digər iştirakçımız gəlsin. Nihat. Nihat gəl. Bax, ağ xətti keçmədən. Bax, ağ. Səndə də alınmadı, sən də keç yerinə. Ömər yaxınlaşsın. Həzanlamağa ehtiyacı yoxdur, dostlar. Ağ xəttə, yaxınlaş. Bax, ağ. Çox təəssüf. Paris, sən gəl. Çox yaxın idi Paris, amma alınmadı. Ümid, sən gəl. Galatasaray yazar keçirmiş, sənə başlayalıyam. Bravo Ümid! Düşməyənlər, atışları düzgün olmayanlar tərk edə bilər, keçmiş olsun. Nicat gəl. Haydi Nicat, deyəsən Niderland yazar keçirir. Keçmiş olsun, sən də tərk edə bilərsən. Tərklər, Musa gəl. Haydi Musa. Təəssüf. Keçmiş olsun. Mehrab, sən gəl. Hələ xanım iştirakçılarımız bizi gözləyir. Səndə də alınmadı Mehrab. Keçmiş olsun. İnci xanım. Yaxınlaşır. İlk xanım iştirakçımız uğurlar. Bravo! Bravo İnci! Nuray xanım, gəlin. Nuray xanım, əsl basketbol imiji formalaşdırıb, görək atışı necə olacaq? Çox təəssüf, airbolla bizi tərk edir. Murat, gəl. Murat, gəl. Buyur Murat. Murat'ın atışı da alınmadı, təəssüflər. Fikət, sən yaxınlaş. Haydi Fikət. Bir qədər yaxınlaş, axirətdə daha rahat olsun. Biraz da qalır gedəcəksən. Ay, keçmiş olsun. Almışlayaq dostumuzu. Yusuf, sən gəl. Hələ ki, iki iştirakçı bacarıb. Buyur Yusuf. Təəssüflər. Üzülməyə dəyməz, əsas iştirakçı. Ayxan, sən yaxınlaş. Buyur Ayxan. Belə Ayxan bacaracaqmı? Çox yaxın olsa da olmadı. Geçmiş olsun, Kənan, sən gəl. Son iki iştirakçımız konkursumuzda. Səndə də alınmadı. Rəvan, xətti keçmə, Rəvan, xətti keçmə. Səndə də alınmadı, keçmiş olsun, dəyərli dostumuz və iki iştirakçımız. Yoxsa üç iştirakçımız. 2-2, bəli, iki iştirakçımız qalıb. Sırayla gəlir, atış həyata keçirir. Kim daha çox atsa, hədiyyə olur olacaq. evvelce ümit şansını yokluyor. Bravo! 2'ye 2. Bu birinci. İnci'nin açma izleri. İnci'den aldı. Bravo! Başa baş mübahize. Ümid'in atışa alınmadı. Icardi'ni yolluyorum. Şimdi ise İnci yakınlaştı. Destekliyor İnci'ni. Ay ay ay. Çok yakın İnci. Hediyeni kazanmağa. Bu defa da alınmadı Ümit'ten. İnci. Göster İnci. Atış tek olsa galip sensin. Alınmadı İnci'den. Barca devam edin. Heyecan yüksekti. Desteğimizi göstererek. Gel İnci gel. Bak imkanın var. Bir direkt atışla hediye senindi. Artık yorgunluk hissi olur. Buyur Ümit. Ümit de alınabilirdi ama o sebepten kenara düşür ve İnci indi. Gelebe atışını atabilir. Çok yakın idamdan yeni alınmış. Final öncesi muhteşem konkursumuz. Ümidin azarkeşleri öz ses sedalarını hissettirir ve İnci'ni destekleyenler. Gerçekten heyecan çok arttı. Heyecana ihtiyaç yoktu dostlar. Ümit'te almadı. İnci. Dostlar, belki sakin dayanır. Bu da netice. Ümid'indi, şampiyonluğa yakındı. Yine sakin dayanan çünkü İnci atış hayata geçirecek. Deyik olsa yarış devam edir. Eksektir de maç bitecek. Ve bitti. Konkursumuz yakınlaşır. Ümit gelme kazanır. Hediyemizin sahibi Ümit olur. Tebrikler. Bravo Ümit. Şimdi ise hediyemiz teklim olsun Ümit'e. Bu da orijinal basketbol topu. Tebrikler. Değerli tamaşaçılar, konkursumuz çok nararlı geçtiğine göre nezar aldık ki vaktimiz var ve daha bir yarış geçirek. Kaydalar iyi bir şekilde olacak ama iştirakçılar belirlenmelidir. Ona göre de kim isterse yakınlaşsın. Birinci konkursta iştirak etmeyenler. İştirak etmiş iştirakçılar olmaz. Bak seni tanıyorum. Ben iştirak etmiştim. Siyahı bizde var. Kifayət etti. Bu dəfə daha çox iştirakçımız qatılır yarışa. Əziz balaca dostlar, ikinci hediyemizi kazanmaq üçün yenə də qaydalar çox sadədir. Sadəcə olaraq bu ağ xəttdən topu səbətə göndərmək lazımdır. Hər kəsə aydındır qaydalar. Məncə çox çətin qayda deyil. Əziz tamaşaçılar, iştirakçılarımızı alqışlarla həvəsləndirək, ruhlandıran adlarını gəlini öyrənək iştirakçıların. Hər kəs öz adını desin. Ay maşallah. Başlayaq. Birinci iştirakçımız yaxınlaşdı. Sən bir qədər yaxınlaraq, yaxşı nəzər alaraq, bu işləri. Dirəyin necə istəyirək. Bravo, alqışlayaq. Sizləri siz də bu xəttdən ata bilərsiniz. Çox təəssüf, sizə də olmadı, gəlin. Bu dəfə daha çox iştirakçı qatılıb konkursumuza. Əslində düzgün atışıdır, sadəcə olaraq çox səhət alındı. Keçmiş olsun, daha bir iştirakçımız yaxınlaşır. Bu atışlar dəqiq olmadı. Yaxınlaşın. Sevgi xanım düzdür. Yaxından, yaxından. Buradan, buradan, buradan. Çok geçmiş olsun evet iştirakçı. Bu dəfə kızlarımızın sayı daha çoktu. Alınmadı. Növbəti iştirakçı. Ayağın indi. Şansını yoxlayacaq. Tez, vaxtımız azdır. Aynur indi həyata geçirəcək atışını. Aynur'un atışı da geridə qalın. İcab sən gəl. Sandrə hazırlaşdı. Digər atışı da İnanır, bravo! Digər iştirakçılar artıq tərk edə bilərlər yarışımızı. Sandrə indi həyata geçirir atışı. Sandrə da alınmalı. Çox təəssüf. Quba indi. Atış edəcək. Hələ ki, yalnız bir iştirakçı dəqiq olub. Əsmər sən gəl. Yaxından, sən yaxından. Alamadı, Rübar sən gəl. Çox təəssüf, siz yaxınlaşın. Vur xanım, nə gözəl atmışlar. Tamaşaçılarımız bir qədər fəal olar. Murat Səngər. Çox təəssüflər. Cəsur sən yaxınlaş. Həyəcanlanma Cəsur. Manav sən yaxınlaş. Manav. Gəl, çəkinmə, gəl, tez. Sən qarşıdan atacaq. Aşağıdan. Çox təəssüf. Müsaadiş, düzdür. Yaxından. Ay, çox yaxın idi. Gəl, sən gəl dostumuz. Amin, düzdür. Buyur. Bravo Amin! Daha bir iştirakçımız dəqiq oldu. Digər iştirakçı, siz yaxınlaşın. Nihat, düzdür. Hemen sevdiğim ağzından. Yaxından, sən də yaxından. Yaxından. Gəl, bax buradan. Çox təəssüf, Kənan sən yaxınlaş. Sən də yaxınlaş, Kənan. Çox yaxın oldu. Kənan alınmadı. Nuray xanım, siz gəlin. NBA azarkeşi Nuray xanım görək. Dəqiq olacaq mı? Bravo Nuray! Və son iştirakçımız Zəhra gəlsin. Gəl Zəhra, gəl. Azdan gəldi Zəhra, görək yaxşı. Necə olacaq? Təəssüf, çox təəssüf. Və indi 3 iştirakçımız arasında növbəti mərhələ sırayla atışlar üçün yaxınlaşdı. Əvvəlcə Nigar xanım. Dəstəyinizi eşidək. Daha coşqulu şəkildə. Buyur. Nigarın ikinci atışı yaxşı alınmalı. İndi digər iştirakçı Amin gəlir. Bu da çox yaxın olsa da mümkün olmadı və indi Nuray xanım. Nuray, əgər dəqiq atsan, tələsmə. Dəqiq atsan o zaman hədiyyə sənin. Yenidən iştirakçılar gəlsinlər. Əvvəlcə Nigar, daha sonra Amin, daha sonra Nuray. Bu dəfə də alınmadı. Nigarda Sən yaxınlaş, tələsmə, sakit, nəfəslidir. Alınmadı, siz gəlin. Buyurun, Nuray xanım. İndi yenidən. Buyur, Nigar, tələsmə. Vaxt səbətə. Değerli dostlar, çalışıp tabloya vurup, o 400 alt sahaya vurup da səbətə daxil edebilirsiniz topu. Yine alınmadı, buyur. Buyur Nuray. Daha yakından atabilirsen. Təsmə ihtiyaç yoktur değerli iştirakçılar. Bravo! İndi digər iki iştirakçı əgər ata bilməsə o zaman Nigar qalib olacaq. Amin, sən də tələsmədən sadəcə səbətə bax və al. Dəqiq alınmadı. Keçmiş olsun Amin. Yarışımızı tərk edib Nuray xanım gəlir. Yakınlaşabilirsin Asay'a. Alınmadı ve ikinci galibimiz, ikinci konkursumuzda galip Nigar Hanım'dı. Tebrik ederiz. Alkışlar Nigar Hanım'ın şerefine. Ve böylece ikinci konkursumuzda başa çatır. Tahminen 15 dakika sonra muhteşem final, heyecanlı karşılaşma. Niderland, Avustralya oyunu başlayacak.
Oh, nice little full court shot coming out from whoever that was. That was impressive. He had all the fans out there getting the full Guba Azerbaijan FIBA 3x3 experience. Is he about to go 2 for 2? I see him under the Red Bull umbrella. See if he makes another attempt. But our finals are set over here. And oh, there you go. The second attempt was an air ball. It is going to be the Netherlands and Australia. They will be squaring off. Last meeting that we saw came in this tournament, and it was in Pool A. Australia was able to get by with an overtime win against the Netherlands. But if you want to look at the history of these two nations when they've met up, if you go all the way back to the Japan Olympic qualifiers, it was the Netherlands beating Australia in overtime 18-16 in their pool, which I believe back then was in Pool B. So that was a big game that was played between them. And Australia ended up going forward to win that Olympic qualifier. That is why they are in the position they're in. And the Netherlands, they did fail to qualify for the Olympics. So a little bit of revenge every single time. There's a little bit of a different roster from the Netherlands compared to what we ended up seeing in here in this Guba stop. They still have Lois Bettenville and Norsha Driesen. They did have Janis Boonstra and Zoe Slatra there on that team when they were in the Olympic qualifiers. And of course, now with this one, a little bit more of a different look. Kiki Florent and Julia Joritsma there for the Netherlands. As it will be Australia in the gold. And it's going to be the Netherlands. They're in the classic Netherlands orange there. This will be big for Australia if they can take this. They'll try to replicate what Spain did when we were just in Pristina 3 days ago. They are going to the Olympics. They said that they wanted to use this stop as a tune-up, and Spain won the entire tournament. So we'll have to see if Australia can try to do the exact same, to try to get as much momentum as possible. When they do go out to the Olympic Games, their first game is going to be played on July 30th. They will be taking on Canada in Women's Pool A in the FIBA 3x3 Olympics. Sure to be a good time. You'll have China, the United States, France, Germany, Canada, Spain, Azerbaijan, and of course Australia. Those will be the 8 teams that will be competing for Olympic gold. As the players are out there on the floor for the warm-up, and as they get limber and loose, we'll take a break here on the broadcast, and we'll be back for the official roster introductions.
Maç öncesi son isim hareketleri. Bağlıdır. Tamaşaçılarımızdan kim hansı komandanı destekliyor? Gelmeyeli. Komanda adlarını teyit edeyim. Siz de öz alkışlarınızla hissettirin desteğinizi. Avustralya Azerkeşleri, sesimiz gelsin. Niderland fanatları, size eşidey. Yine başa düştük ki Avustralya'nı destekleyenler daha çoktu. Avustralya final maçına kadar geçirdiği bütün oyunlarda galiba kazanır. Niderlandsa geçirdiği maçlardan yalnız birinde olsun. Hem de o tek məğlubiyyətdə elə Avustralya'ya qarşıydı. Grupda beraber şekilde mübarizə aparırdılar və Niderlandın liderliyinə elə Avustralya imkan verməmişdi. Son 6 dakika. Hatırladı ki 2 güne atölyen Quba merhalesinde bütün maçlar CBC Spor Televizyasıyla canlı yayınlanır. Komandalar oyuna hazırlaşsınlar. Savaşçılarımızsa destek için hazır olsunlar. Aziz Quba, yarıştan razı kalırsınız mı? Sesinizi eşidək. Quba ülkenin idman payitahtı olma yolunda ilerleyir. Quba Olimpiya Kompleksi fight eden maraqlı ve dikkat çeken bir oyna. Dikkat çeken bir kudüde ev sahibi edir. 2 gündeki bütün dünyanın dikkati Quba'ya yönelir. Son 5 dakika. The last 5 minutes. Son 4 dakika. The last 4 minutes. İşte kalmış komandalar. Korku terk edecekler ve adlarını eşittileri anda yeniden kaydacaklar meydana. Son 3 dakika, the last 3 minutes. The player coming here. Count, player. The last 3 minutes. Muhteşem final. Niderland Avustralya oyununa TG'ler kalır. Ve indi oyuncular vakit zonaya yakınlaşırlar ve indi atlarını eşittiler aldı.
The warm-ups are done, so it is now time for the official introduction of the teams. Here, setting up for our Guba Stop Grand Finals between the Netherlands and Australia to see who will call themselves the champions.
Numero 33, Laura Mansfield. Numero 24, Anneli Saravelli. Ve numero 21, Marina Josephine Wickle. Yine ise finalın diğer komandası Niderland'a davet edilir. Numero 30, Norge Dresen. Numero 2, Julia Joritma. Numero 3, Loise Betomil. Ve numero 5, Kiki Carola Floren. Karşılaşmanın idareleri referler Necip Şaçidin ve Mila Çavara.
And there you have the two teams competing who's going to get the crown here at the Guba Stop 2024. These two teams have been up in pool play. It was an overtime thriller, and it was a game winner there by number 4, Alex Wilson from Australia. So Netherlands trying to get some revenge. Of course, I had mentioned it going all the way back to the Japan Olympic qualifiers. The Netherlands ended up beating Australia in overtime 18-16. You can see some players from the Baku Flames, the Philippines there as well. Ferrer in the background as they watch on to see who will be crowned the champion here of the Guba Stop. It has been a phenomenal tournament. We had a great past 4 days. We were just in Pristina, Kosovo, to where Spain ended up lifting the trophy over Győr. And then now here at our Guba Stop, it'll all come to an end with one of these two teams being crowned champion. It'll either be the Netherlands, it'll either be Australia. One of these two great nations. We'll have to see who starts off with the ball here. The Netherlands only dropped 1 game. It was to Australia. Australia has been a perfect 4-0 so far here at the Guba Stop. Can Australia do it again? Can they do it again with a little bit less theatrics? Here we go. Our finals are underway here at the Guba Stop as Australia will get the ball into the hands of Wilson and feed her straight down to Whittle. And it'll be a miss on the first attempt coming out from Australia, as we will now see the attack here from Joritsma. Body behind there. Mansfield not able to get back in front. Finishes with the left hand. The Netherlands open up the scoring. Wilson will take the 2 to try to get it started there from Australia. Long rebound will be chased down, though, by Lauren Mansfield. Number 33 of Australia tries to thread the needle there. Bentonville is all over it as Whittle trying to create some space there for the lay-in. Gets it on the second attempt, though, after the first one was a miss. Buckle up, because I think we're going to be in for a good one once more. Joritsma, way downtown, just short. A laser of a rebound hitting straight to the ground there, coming out from Whittle. As a foul is going to be called. Play will flip back over to the Netherlands. First foul of the game going to Australia. Driesen to Joritsma. Floren, she had the hot hand the last time that we saw her. 3 made 2s in a row, but no good there on that layup attempt. Wilson will get the flare out there to Mansfield. Almost slipped there with the footing. Still able to get the footwork to go, and the up and under scoop is no good. The ball will be tapped out, though, and it will stay here with Australia. Love the effort coming out there from Mansfield just to try to get something up. And it was a crafty move, to say the least. And Eli Mali holding the ball here at the elbow. Pass just went a little bit behind Mansfield. Is able to retain it. There comes the fall-away jumper. And the Netherlands will come out of there with the rebound. Floren with Wilson in her sight lines. Will go over to Driesen. A little hesitation move there. Finds a lane and finishes. Beautiful move there from Norsha Driesen, as Wilson tries to create some separation, but a foul be called there on Kiki Floren. A big reason why they were able to take down the Düsseldorf Zeus there in the semifinal. Whittle will get the entry pass, trying to muscle her way in there on Joritsma. Joritsma with a kind of confused look on her face. Walled it up. It looked like good defense, but there was a foul called there by our referee. So it'll be Australia at the line with a chance, trying to even things up. And Whittle not able to connect. And Bentonville will be the one to come out there with the rebound. Joritsma thought about the shot. Floren will take it quick this time. Does pop on the inside of the rim. And it is Australia to come out with it. Another empty goal round from the Netherlands when it comes down to the 2-point shooting. Nice screen there. Opens up Mansfield for two, and it's money. Nothing but net there for Lauren Mansfield. And Australia does break the seal from behind the arc. Dreesen tries to respond. She cannot. They can't get the rebound either, so things will flip back over to Australia. Whittle trying to blow by, getting walled up. Jorisma whistled for back-to-back fouls. They're on trying to get those defensive stops in the paint. Fourth foul now on the Netherlands. And Whittle gets the shooter's bounce there on that free throw. Rattles home. Dreesen to Florin. Florin tries to split both defenders. Is going to be walled up, forced to pass it out. Jorisma from behind the arc. Falls off to the right. And Dreesen with the high IQ play. Able to throw that one off. Lauren Mansfield of Australia. And a little bit of a back and forth shoving affair going down there as Dreesen was trying to shield the ball going out of bounds. Jorisma at the elbow. As there's a pass. Almost looked like from Marigo was going to be a shot. But it did find Jorisma down low. Good entry feed from Florin. Aided us with the cameras thinking that it may be a shot. But got the pass off. And they do end up getting rewarded at the end of the day. There's a free throw attempt here from Julia Jorisma. And a beautiful free throw it is. Now back to a 1-point game. Mansfield with the scooper. Nice little lay coming out there. Florin tries to immediately respond with walking the ball out into a three. As now it's Mansfield. Does the exact same thing, but she cashes in. Lauren Mansfield. What a shot to push this one even deeper for the Netherlands. They've extended it out to a 4-point lead. No hesitation for Lauren Mansfield there. Digging the hole deeper and deeper here for the Netherlands. And just absolute cash money coming out there from Mansfield. A beautiful shot. And to take it with the confidence. And this is the free throw that we mentioned there from Whittle with the shooter's touch. Mansfield doing a little bit of everything right now. The three-point shooting has been there. 2 makes already here in this game. She will go to the bench. What will the response be from Dreesen and the Netherlands? The response is going to be one of their own down there towards the paint. The ball's going to be knocked away, stolen back by the Netherlands. They get the basket, the ball right back. Jorisma lines up a shot for downtown. It's money there for Jorisma. And the Netherlands with a massive response, a 3-point swing. As Mali, the floater, no good. Whittle fighting down low, goes reverse. Australia able to slow down the momentum for now. They pushed the lead back to 2. Dreesen got it out the catch, but a foul will be called there on Whittle. Australia's 3rd foul of the game. We start to notice in these FIBA 3x3 games, it's all fun and games for the first couple minutes, but as the game starts to go on, it starts to get a lot more physical here from both teams. Nice entry pass there to Jorisma. The Netherlands get a score. Now it's with Alex Wilson. Alex Wilson with a step back 2. A little too much there on that one. Mansfield's the player to come out there with the board. Tries to get the step through. Loses the handle. Wilson with it again. Only 6 seconds remain on the shot clock. And that'll be a foul. Should be on the floor. Good call coming out there for the ref. There's no attempt of the shot just yet. It's that quick speed, though, going towards the basket for Alex Wilson. She'll have the ball again. Molly sets the screen, driving left, trying to dish that one off. It is going to stay with Australia. The question is, how much time is going to be on that shot clock for them to try to make something happen? It'll be about 6 seconds, so half of what the normal one would be. 3 seconds remain. Wilson here on the left side has to shoot it. Does get the shot up, but they cannot corral the rebound there. Judging by the ref, it is actually going to stay with Australia once more. Mansfield will head out of the game. We'll have Wilson, Whittle, and Malley out there for Australia. And good wraparound play. Almost found Wilson an opening. She tried to get the layoff there to Malley. Whittle with only 3 seconds remaining. Nice behind the back move. It's going to be knocked away there by Bettenville. She is forced to pick up the dribble. Driesen, immediate pressure applied there from Wilson as soon as he saw the flare-up come through. Driesen will get some rest as they go to Kiki Floren here for the Dutch. Good hold-up play there with the body. Got him out of sorts there for a moment. Bettenville with 3 seconds remaining does take the step back. But it is going to be another foul there called on Australia as a drone flies through. Wasn't expecting that today. Joritsma with it from deep, gets it down to Bettenville, and it will be slapped out of play. It is going to stay here with the Netherlands. Little chess match going on between both of these teams. They have been glued on every single attempt so far, and all these passes going down to the paint. There's not been a lot of easy ones. Joritsma from behind the arc, air ball that time, and hits off the padding. Australia will get the ball with a chance to try to extend this lead. We are officially at the halfway point here of our finals here at the Guba Stop 2024. My name is Dirk, providing you with all the play-by-play commentary. It has been an absolute pleasure to be on the call these past 4 days in Pristina, and now obviously finishing everything off here in Guba as Whittle gets the blow-by, gets the scooper to go. Australia will put themselves back up by 2. Aaron Pass coming out there, and back-to-back it goes. Driesen had to scramble to be able to pick up the pass coming from the paint, and she just threw that one out of play. We could be looking the first 2-possession lead coming out here from Australia if they get a bucket. Molly will get it at the elbow. Screen set. Wilson comes off it, throws it up. Is going to be a miss. Does get her own rebound. Nice little ping pong of the ball coming down there with Bettenville. Malley down in the paint. Ends up finding its home to Wilson, but now it's with Mansfield. Nice little stop move there on the drive. And look at Molly fighting there on the inside. Great offensive rebound. Great putback coming out there from Australia as Joritsma takes a deep shot again. Can't connect once more. It has been tough for Joritsma. She's really starting to stretch the floor with some of the shooting. The shots just have not been able to drop here so far. That's how it's been for a lot of the day, too. A lot of the 2-point shooting has been for Floren, Joritsma. Australia will take their time with this one now. Constant ball movement. Whittle. Good step through there on the Euro. And it will be Lois Bettenville, the veteran of this Netherlands team. It is going to be whistled there for the foul. Number 3 on the low block. He's having a discussion with the referee. And now we are in the bonus, though. Australia will shoot 2 free throws the rest of the way when fouled on the offensive end. And sometimes when you give a team of this level this advantage, they start to run away with things. The Netherlands down by 5 now after the 2 made free throws. Australia firmly in the driver's seat as Floren will go to Bettenville. Now to Driesen. Bettenville was open there in the mid-range. Ball was slapped around, though. Driesen tries to throw a quick pass to Floren, and the shot clock will expire. Defense, next level right now here for Australia. In Australia's road to getting here, they have been playing some very tough games. They allowed 17 points to China, won by 3. As you can see, Mansfield was shooting the lights out here early in this one with the confidence off the dribble, catch and shoot. It doesn't matter there for Lauren Mansfield. Against the Netherlands, they gave up 20 points. Baku Flames held them to 3 and Czechia to 10. So the defense has been on full display here, especially on our final day here at the Guba Stop. But where so much of the damage has been dealt for the Netherlands so far, specifically looking at Noorster Driesen, has been on the interior. Hasn't been taking a lot of 2s. Nice play again. Same one that we just saw a few possessions ago there from Australia. Finds Whittle a shot. Gets her own rebound. Does get a miss there, though. Quick pass out to Floren from the Netherlands. Driesen, the nice feed inside Joritsma. That is a tough shot to hit, especially off that gather. Wilson teasing the 2, will take the 2, and just rims out. Just barely. 4-point lead. Floren was waiting for the ball. Thought it was maybe going to come sooner there on the float on the inside from Driesen. But it will be another turnover there for the Netherlands. Here we are with Mansfield, working out at the elbow. We'll pull things back out. Mali trying to set the screen. They find Mali there on the inside and floats it up and in with the right hand. Starting it out of hand here with 3 minutes to go. Bentonville tries to spin off the post. Nice spin move again. Finds her way into the dead zone. But just couldn't get it to drop. They needed that one to try to get some offensive momentum back over to their team. But instead, it was whistled. An offensive foul there on Bentonville off the spin. Might have been off the miss there on the rebound. 2 free throws coming up here for Australia. It'll be Lauren Mansfield stepping to the line. And she will make the first one. Do the Netherlands have it in them to be able to stage a comeback? Kind of like how Australia did to them in the pool play. Mansfield will connect on both free throws. They got the 21-point mark in mind. Driesen with the pullback. Bentonville opening the paint. Wilson will be the one to swing down there. They try to save it. And Mansfield, I like to say in America, with the pick 6. Comes out with it. Wilson, the step back, the 2. That might have iced it. But there was a foul there on the inside when they were trying to battle for positioning. Nelly Mali doing an excellent job here for Australia. Battling there on the inside, fighting for so many of those second chance opportunities as the ball is now by Kiki Floren. She lines up a shot from the top of the arc. That's no good. Left side of the rim and out. Australia will happily see that one just go out of bounds. It has to be now if you are the Netherlands. 2:28. The 2-point shooting hero was Floren in their last game that we saw in the semifinals. Can she have some heroics here? Alex Wilson passes it off to Mali. Only 2 seconds remain. Has to go up with it, drifting away. Falling almost completely backwards there. As Driesen draws some contact. They could have had Driesen wide open. Driesen will take the 2 now. But maybe just a little bit too late. She could have been set up in position if that pass would have came the first time. As we do have a player down here. That is Joritsma from the Netherlands. It's like either holding the ankle, the back of the Achilles there. Never an injury that you want to see. As they will help her off the floor. She seems to be in a lot of pain. The medical staff come out there, take a look. And the spray will be put to work. We're getting a look. It's that right ankle. See if she'll be able to continue or not. There are 4 women rosters here for FIBA 3x3. As the game will get back underway, it'll be Whittle who's in the handle there. No, it will be slapped out of bounds by the Netherlands. So it'll stay with Australia, but they only have 3.4. Have to feel a 2 at this point might be the dagger for Australia. 3.4. It's Wilson off the dribble, getting it to Whittle, trying to split between both. Does she get the shot up in time? That was ever so close. But they're going to rule it that she did not get the shot up. Floren, nice little jab step, does create enough space there for her to finish with the left hand. Mansfield, quick pass back on the inside. Oh, the Netherlands fell asleep there for a moment. Whittle misses her first attempt. It's been a trend here for Whittle, missing the first, getting her own rebound, and making the second as Driesen tries to go reverse. She does get that one to drop. 125, it's a 6-point game and a heavy collision out there at the three-point line. Here you can see Molly coming together there with Kiki Florent. And it will be a foul called there on the Netherlands. Another 2 free throws coming right up here for Australia. See, free throws impact some games here in FIBA 3x3. It's the cardinal rule in the game of basketball. You got to be able to knock down your free throws. That's why they have the name that they do. And Australia, they have been on point with their shooting. Getting them just a lot of freebies. 8-point lead. Bentonville will get out to Florent. She is wide open for 2 from the top of the arc. She does get her own rebound right around the elbow. And they're able to find her on the inside. What a pass. Coming out there from Norsha Driesman. Mansfield now trying to work out there with Molly. They're able to find it right over top. Bentonville committed to going up there. Florent from way downtown, hard off the front of the rim. And Australia will pull this one back out. They can almost taste victory as they put themselves up to 20 points here in this game. 1 point away from being crowned the Guba Stop champion. Florent just puts up a prayer trying to get something. Alex Wilson will get it to Molly. Here comes the screen. Wilson to ice the game. That was from about 3 feet behind the line. And it is no good regardless. Australia will take this one as Florent knocks down a deep 2. Was she fouled on it? She was. A big-time shot from Kiki Florent. Said that you have to get desperate with these 2-point attempts. Only 19 seconds on the game clock. You're going to have to see somewhat of a miracle, and this is going to be one of those rarities. The 4-point play coming into the mix. The made 2 free throws. And that'll bring things to 15. But any basket here can win it. Molly, the nice little stop and pop shot there, right from the low block, and Australia have done it. They were perfect this entire tournament. A swift 5-0 run coming out here from Australia. They took down China U24. They beat the Netherlands in pool play. They beat the Baku Flames. They beat Czechia in the semifinals. And now the budding rivalry between them and the Netherlands swings in favor of Australia once more. Things were tied 1-1, but now Australia get the better of them. 2-1 all time between these two nations, and Australia will come out there on top as the Guba Stop champions. They will be heading to the Paris Olympics. Them and Spain riding a massive wave of momentum. Spain won the Pristina Stop. Australia, they take the Guba Stop here as well. We will see them July 30th in action when the Paris Olympic Games start to go on. But what an all-around team effort it was from Australia this time around. Mansfield really the one setting the tone there for quite some time. 2-point shooting, working there on the inside. Whittle's relentlessness down in the paint off of those misses. Able to gather a lot of her own rebounds, a second chance opportunities. Teresa trying to do everything she can with a lot of those attempts down and towards the paint. She was very efficient. But the 2-point shooting wasn't there as much as probably the Netherlands would have liked. The Netherlands run here in Guba will come to a halt. They finish this tournament off 4-2. Their only losses coming to the champions 2 different times. What a run this was here for Australia. I think a dream's really for them. They haven't played in a lot of the women's series tournaments, just one. They played in Chengdu just about a month ago. This is only their second women's series tournament of this season, and they have won it again. 2 for 2 on their tournament attempts here in this season for the women's series. Trying to collect all the points that they can. And what a way to go out. To be able to come out here to win yourselves another tournament in the fashion that they did it. I know it was a close game the first time they played the Netherlands. Even the second time, if you consider it here in Pool A, where it was an overtime winner by Alex Wilson. This one, a little bit more separation to show that they were the clear-cut best team here in this tournament. We will have the prize ceremony coming up here shortly to officially crown Australia our champions here at the 3v3 Women's Series Guba Stop 2024. We'll step away here for a moment. We'll come back when it is officially time to hand off the big-time check.
Most valuable player en değerli oyuncu mükafatı takdim olacak ve federasyon resmisi Famil İskenderoğlu hemen o mükafatı, titulu öz sahibine kavuşturacak. Değerli tamaşaçılar, aziz basketbol heveskarları, 3'e 3 basketbolda kadınların dünya seriyasında en değerli oyuncu, the most valuable player, Anneli Saras Meyli. Mükafatı Basketbol Federasyonu resmisi Famil İskenderoğlu takdim edecek. Anneli Meyli'ye biz de tebrik ederiz. Congratulations. Alkışlarınızı eşleyin. Şimdi ise bütün oyuncuları davet ederiz.
Anneli Mali gets the MVP here at the Guba Stop for Australia. Fully deserved. Doing so much of the little things for them there. And she has to be tired. She was the one setting a majority of those screens. But there you have it. With the We Are the Champions song serenading us in the background here in Guba. Your FIBA 3x3 Women's Series Guba Stop 2024 champions are Australia. They will be moving on forward to the Paris Olympics with so much on their side. Some of those nations going out there to compete in the Olympics using these Women's Series stops as a tune-up, playing some of the best in the world before they go out there and try to chase gold for their nation. And of course, the coaches have to get involved in the mix here as well. What a past 4 days it has been. We started off our run here to close out July in Pristina, Kosovo, where the Spaniards able to continue their nation's success. They were able to take the Pristina stop. They will be going over to the Olympics. And of course, these past 2 days have been something sensational over here in Guba, Azerbaijan, as it is Australia being crowned the champions here. We will be taking an extended break due to the Olympics, but everybody make sure to tune in July 30th moving onwards to keep up with all the FIBA 3x3 action for the men's and the women's. It is sure to not disappoint for the rest of the month. We will be back coming up in August, is when we get things back underway. The women's series will continue in Saskatchewan, Canada, August 17th and 18th, and also going on at the exact same time, Baku, Azerbaijan, August 17th and 18th as well. So different parts of the world will have some FIBA 3x3 women's series going on. We will close out the month of August in Debrecen, Hungary, August 24th to the 25th. And then the last women's series tournament of the season will come down in Hangzhou, China, September 7th and September 8th. And that is how the season will come to a close. It has been an amazing time over here in Guba, Azerbaijan, playing an amazing host. Shout out to everybody that has been tuning in on youtube.com/FIBA3x3. Highly suggest going over to all these social channels at FIBA3x3 on X, on Instagram, you name it, to catch all the highlights. That is going to do it for myself and on behalf of the production team. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you at the Paris Olympic Games.